Guys, Jimmy here with Maumee River Lifestyle, and it's getting close to February, and we're getting a little bit closer to that walleye run here in the Maumee River, and this is probably the most popular thing around the area here, and we have the walleye from Lake Erie, around 500,000, running through the Maumee and the Sandusky rivers, and I'm going to be talking about the Maumee River version in this video. I don't have much experience with the Sandusky River, but I know that you get it like around Fremont and right down the bridge over there. But yeah, the first thing I really wanted to talk about is a little bit of my fishing background, and it all got started last year. I know experience. I didn't even know how to hold a spinning rod. I held it upside down for the first 2 days, and I really didn't have much help. I had to learn on my own. So I just went down, got a rod for Maumee tackle, all the gear, and it did take me a little while to get used to it. And I looked on YouTube, and there's not really any videos to explain to any novices or any general videos on the walleye run. So I thought I would just go ahead and make one so they don't have to be in the same situation that I am here and have a little bit more information going down. It'll be a little bit of an easier transition. And yeah, the first thing I wanted to talk about is like limits and the laws of it. Well, last year's DNR, the first pamphlets for that should be coming out in late February or March, around March 1st. Last year's limit was 4 walleye per day, and DNR is very, very strict about this. So follow the pamphlet when you pay for your license. It's very important. A couple of the other rules were also make sure the hook is under, I believe, ½ an inch, and it can't be any over, because they actually checked a bunch of groups down there for that last time to make sure the hooks are the right size. You can only use one. No treble hooks or any of that nature. They're very strict until, I believe, May. It might be the 1st of May, but it goes on for at least a month and a half. Of that jig fishing for the walleye. And limit of 4, I'm not sure if they're going to change that, maybe down to 3 or 5. I don't really think that they should lower it anymore, because there are people that come from out of state just for this event, and only about 10% of that walleye population from Lake Erie comes in there, so that really wouldn't have a drastic effect on the walleye population. So there have been good hatcheries the past couple years, and population's really steady, so I really think that 4, maybe even 5 would be pretty nice for them to raise it to. And yeah, next year I'm going to be talking about the gear. Now I'll be talking about the gear that comes with the run. The next part of this video I'll talk about the rod itself and the whole setup. And the first thing I actually wanted to go ahead here and talk about are pretty much the essentials when it comes to the jigs that you have here. Now right here, there's a whole variety of colors here. I like this holder. It's a double-sided plano holder right here, so you can hold your various colors of grub tails here. 2 to 3 inches both work. I like the bright colors for a bright day, especially this chartreuse right here. So it reflects the sunlight right there, and that'll higher attraction. I've had my most hits off of these double colored pink and green ones. And for darker days, I like to have a black with a green tail right there with a chartreuse jig head. Now I'll be talking about the jig heads over here. We have a great assortment of jig heads here. Really all the ones that are really needed, you need chartreuse, pink, like an orange or red, and a green. Those really are the main ones that I've known them to bite off of. And right here we have a jig opener, that'll open the circular arrow to open up the hole right here in the jig. This is a nice little accessory to have. I mean, it's like an extra $1 or $2, so you pretty much have that figured out, or you could just use a hook from another jig to save a little bit of money for that. And there are a couple sizes of weights that are used for this as well. I like to have a little bit of each. I have like a half ounce right here, a 3/4, and a 5/8. Those are really the three main ones used. Um, I've never really had to use anything lower or higher than that. I've never had to use a 1 ounce one before. Um, so those are really the main ones that you can use. And also another type of jig right here that I have with them is a lead head right here. People have been known to catch them off those. So yeah, I just start stocking up on those, and it changes day by day what they go off of, by the hour. Where the sun's out, it's cloudy. It's a lot of fun to do that. The second thing I would like to talk about here is just get yourself a good net right here. You'll be out in wading in some very cold water, so I suggest you get a pair of waders at least. You don't need like the $200 pair, just get like a $60, $70 pair with a just like a pouch, so you could just have some of your gear right in there. And make sure when you get it, make sure you have a like little loop like this. So much easier. You could just have this hanging from your waders or your other hand. Make sure you have that. A couple of the other stuff I have, it's going to be very cold. Make sure you have hand warmers, plenty of those in your gear. Sometimes when the sun is out, you'll want to make sure you have sunscreen as well. I learned it the hard way last year. Make sure you have a bug spray. That's really essential, especially if you're out going through the woods just to get to a spot. When you get yourself your license, I found this. My dad was in the military, so we went to Camp Perry. We just stayed there for a little while for vacation, and I bought this over there in the store. I wonder if they have that over here. But this little armband right here makes it very convenient to put your license in, and I've used this all year round, and it's very, very durable. It's waterproof. So this is one of the best fishing gear I've ever had to buy. Make sure you have gloves. Frog Togs are pretty good. We got the extra large right here. Tying knots in the cold isn't fun, but those help a little bit. Emergency poncho, just like $1 at Walmart. In case it starts raining, this will help you stay a little bit warm. Have a line cutter. There are so many snags there in the Maumee River, and I can't tell you how much gear I've lost. Probably $20, $30, $40 last year just on the walleye run. So in case you get a really hard snag or something happens, make sure you have a line cutter. You could usually just go ahead and turn the drag up all the way and just pull it out so you save some line or potentially some of your gear. I'll be going over. I'll purposely get in a snag during the walleye run and try to show you guys some of my methods of how to get out of some of those snags. Make sure you have a snack. These sweet salty peanuts right here. These bars are really great to eat and get you by a couple of hours you're in the water. Water, Powerade. You do want to keep it light, but having a snack there in a backpack, maybe on the shore or something like that, is very convenient. Make sure you've got pliers to get it out, and those are the pretty much most of the stuff I take. I'll usually take a lot lighter stuff than that, but those are usually the main essentials I might have in my backpack or that I might take with me. The last thing really is just get a stringer. I've used the metal stringer. That is I've never lost a fish off that, and you could get those probably $2 or $3 at some of the local stores. So now I'll be talking about the rod and the setup of the rod. Hey guys, one of the other things I want to cover is the setup of the rod. This is mine broken from last year. What is this? This is an echelon rod. I believe this was 6.5 feet. A good tip to have, so DNR doesn't get you as well, is usually you have to catch a walleye bigger than or longer than 15 inches. So usually I got this Maumee tackle. You just get this really cheap. It's a 15-inch roller. Just hold it up right there. It's all good. You put it right on your stringer. So this is a nice thing to have. This was a good rod. I used that on a catfish before I got a catfish rod, and I learned out the hard way right there. And the one I'll be using this year, I got this at Walmart. This bundle for was it $28, $29? It's usually a bass rod, but this is 6.5 feet. It's got a really good backbone to it as well. This has 12-pound monofilament. Now for the walleye run, you could use from 6 to 12 monofilament. I didn't use braid for the walleye run. I've used that for my catfish rods. But yeah, this monofilament is pretty good for the walleye run. And I have a smaller leader. This is a 6-pound test right here, and I'll show you guys the rig here. So pretty much I just tie up a fisherman's knot. There are a bunch of different knots, but fisherman's knot, I just this is the first one I learned. I just stuck with it. I just have a half-ounce sinker right there. Now this varies on the water level too. You might have the leader from like 15 inches up to 4 feet. So that all varies. And then this is a jig I have right here. This is the one I caught most of them off of. This variation of the pink, the white, and then the other pink here. So this is pretty much the setup right here. So you can get some pretty good deals at Walmart. There aren't any. There are some good rods that'll probably get you through there. It'll save you a little bit of money instead of buying an expensive combo for it. And the last thing about it too, a couple tips. I didn't know this. The males are called jacks. The females, some people have issue with releasing them. You're allowed to keep them, but I've released the ones that I've caught, so they can lay their eggs, and more walleye will be hatching. And that's pretty much it. So my last part of this video will be the conclusion of it. And just one more thing, just be safe when you're wading out there as well. It's a really strong current out there. You fall down, it's really cold water, it's easy to get hypothermia. So keep your footing down, strengthen that up. It's very dangerous, so make sure to be safe and cautious when you're wading out there in the Maumee. Yeah, the last thing I really wanted to talk about is where do you start, where do you go? And I really didn't know. So the first place I was directed is White Street, and there are a lot of snags over there, but you can get walleye over there. And that's probably the best bank fishing spot on the Maumee River. And there's a whole 4-mile stretch from like far Perrysburg all the way down pretty much through Maumee on both sides of the river. And all I can really say for that is just start heading out there once the water hits right around 40 degrees. Lake Erie, once you hear that hits it up, they'll know that the Maumee River is definitely a lot warmer. It's a smaller body of water, so it'll warm up a lot quicker. So once Lake Erie hits 40 degrees, they'll start running. So just the best thing I can really say is just try as many spots as possible. There's spots on all sides of the river. You can pretty much get fish anywhere. And just have a good time. It is shoulder to shoulder. It is a little bit claustrophobic, but it's really good dinner fare, and you'll meet a lot of good friends out there. There's a lot of good fishermen out there. So just really enjoy yourselves out there. It'll be starting up hopefully in the next month, 2 months, and you guys have a good one.